So I'm gonna start off with the P. Louise base and put that on my lid. I've been using the P. Louise base since about July, and I think it is amazing. The shipping takes a long time, like 3 weeks. And one time I didn't get mine till like well over a month later because they lost it, but they sent one out like after I emailed them and everything. They corrected it, but I think the base is really good. I have it in 3 different shades. I have it in Rumor 02, which was the first one that I tried, and then this one that I'm using right now is Rumor 04, and then I also have like the one that's white. So I'm just gonna blend that out with my sponge. Alright, so the first shade I'm gonna use is Quest, which is the color that really made me want to use this palette, which is like a forest green. So I'm gonna use this Dome eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. and this is gonna really help me pack the color in my crease. So I'm just gonna start packing it in my crease and not going higher than that because we'll start blending out later. Alright, so what I noticed about this palette is, and I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys, it doesn't have, they do have transitional shades, like matte transition shades, like the color Likeable, but it's not dark enough for a transition shade for my skin tone. I feel like it's a little bit too light for me. So I had to, so that's one con I do have about this palette. Beautiful palette, but it doesn't have a nice transitional like tan color for my skin tone. The next color I could use is Fuse, which is a chocolate brown, but it's a little bit too dark for what I'm going for. So I had to dip in my Box of Crayons palette for this part, and I'm going to be using the shade Tan right here, which is a perfect transitional shade because it's close to my skin tone and it's matte. Take my Morphe 433 brush, and it looks like that, and I'm gonna start blending out that green. I'm gonna go back into Quest using my Dome eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. and I'm gonna intensify that color because it got blended away. You're gonna have to keep going back and forth between Quest and the tan color to get a nice transition, but still getting the color payoff that you want. So I'm gonna switch to my Morphe M506 brush. And this is like a detail kind of bullet tip brush. And I'm gonna go into the matte black shade in the chocolate palette, in the chocolates palette. And it's called VIP. And I'm gonna just start putting this in the outer V area. Now I'm gonna go back into Quest. And I'm gonna go into Tan. And blend out the edge. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease using the Rumor 04 P. Louise base. This is like a, like a brassy kind of color. It's gold, but it's not like a yellowy gold. It's kind of a mix of silver and gold together. I'm gonna go into Quest using the Morphe 506 brush. And I'm going to my outer V and just blending it into that Blitz color. And then I'm gonna go into VIP, that matte black, and put it in the outer V as well. All right, and just for a little bit more sparkle, I'm gonna take the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in Smoldering Satin. And this is a really nice way to use glitter but not have all the mess. So it has a doe foot applicator and you just apply it to your lid or wherever you want to put it. I think this look is already, you know, glittery enough, but I'm just gonna put a little bit on the center of my lid. I think this is such a good product, and I have one other color that I haven't used yet. Only thing is, it's $24, and I think they do have a lot of other brands coming out with similar products that are cheaper, but this is the only one I've used so far. This random unicorn brush I got from Amazon, and I'm going into Tan and just building that color up just a little bit more, taking it closer to my brow but not all the way. All right, for eyeliner, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. liquid liner. I haven't used it in a while because I've been using my Inglot. I'm using my Lancome Kohl pencil in Black Ebony, and I'm gonna put that in my waterline. I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics 102 brush. Looks like that, it's flat. And I'm gonna go into Quest and just run it along my lower lash line. And I'm gonna take that Stila glitter and I'm gonna just put it at the center of my lower lash line and then blend it out.
The best things in life are free.
Guys, so here is the final look, and I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts about the Profusion Chocolates palette. I think it is a overall beautiful palette, a lot of nice jewel tones and browns and golds and greens sprinkled throughout that make it a good palette for the fall winter. Yeah, I haven't used all the shades in the palette, but from what I used, all the colors worked out really well and I like the look that I came up with. This palette is only $10, so I feel like it is a good palette for the price. The only thing is, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have a nice like caramel tan matte transitional shade for my skin tone. The likable shade, which is right here, that is, if you have like skin lighter than me, that could be a good transitional shade, but for me, that's a little bit too light and it's gonna come off as ashy. So I had to dip in a different palette to get a caramel tan matte transitional shade. So I turned down my ring light so you guys can see the colors better. So I have used all these colors down here. I haven't ventured out into the other ones. These two, as I told you guys, are just shades I don't think I'll ever use. Yeah, so you do get 21 shadows in this palette, which is really good. And it also comes with a dual-ended brush, but I took it out. Yeah, but for $10, I feel like this is a pretty good pickup. I always see Profusion products at Target, so if you are interested in this palette, you can pick it up at Target. I want to thank Profusion for sending me this palette. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you'll be notified every time that I do another upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.